Okay, so welcome to North Scottsdale. This is our Desert Oasis project. This house is about 5,500 square feet currently. We are going to completely reconfigure this property. We're going to add a few thousand square feet of new livable space, as well as a new covered patio. We're going to remove the pool from its current location and put it in an entirely new spot on the lot. The clients found a great value in North Scottsdale, which is hard to do on a large lot with stunning mountain views, really, 180-degree views out of their backyard, and have asked us to come in and completely modernize this Tuscan old beat-up house. So currently, we have done a little bit of strategic uninstall or demolition of the house to help the client clear the space and open it up. And there's also some tax advantage to that, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It's also allowed us to bring in the design team who's got the project currently, and they're working through all of their selections, their finishes, some of the new layouts, and then everybody's working in combination with the architectural design team to come up with the additions, those physical space plans, so that we can get those submitted to the city and get our permits and hopefully start this thing in the first quarter of 2026. Okay, so this is the foyer. You can actually see that it's not very deep. You come in the front door and you immediately hit the glass slider door. It does have an amazing backyard with great views, but this space is really condensed. So part of our plan is this entire cover patio that exists now is going to end up being new livable space, so that we're going to get some depth to this project on the inside. And then we're going to remove the pool in the backyard and completely relocate that to the west side of the property, so that the pool area is now going to be our new covered patio. And then as we come in through the main house, we're going to reconfigure what used to be the kitchen and a small living space into a much cleaner, straight lines instead of 45-degree angles, and more laid out living space for the clients and their guests to enjoy. So currently this property has 4 bedrooms, a few of them are small, and the primary suite is actually on the wrong side of the house. So we're going to be taking the existing primary suite and splitting that up into some additional bedroom space, relocating that to the east side of the house so that the clients can enjoy the sunrise and the views of McDowell Mountains and Four Peaks. Yeah, so I mean, this kitchen is a really typical kind of early 2000s build Santa Barbara. It's on a 45-degree angle. It's got a bunch of curves and radiuses and soffits. In some ways, it was laid out to be, relatively functional and accessible, but you lose a lot of really good usable space when you start putting everything in the house on a 45-degree angle. And so one of our biggest projects in this house will be to remove a lot of those 45-degree angles, get us back to some square and rectangle spaces inside so that they can be better used. Whether the design team uses furniture to delineate the spaces, or we add some additional walls to create those cozy spaces, remains to be seen, but we'll have that in the near future. This kitchen certainly is going to completely change and probably even be relocated partially, so that once it's done, it's going to be quite the transformation. So as we leave the really small living room, we're going to come down the hallway to a really large media room that was really never used. When we walked this for the first time, this was essentially a storage room for the prior owner, where they just had a lot of stuff in here. But this is a more grand size area for people to sit, enjoy television, or hang out with the family, and it's just kind of segregated from the house. So we're looking forward to see how the plans come together with the design team and the architectural team. There's some talks of opening this entire wall and using part of this space for a larger, more comfortable family room. There's also some talks of using this space plus the space next to me, which is a secondary suite, to create a new, large, robust primary suite for the owners. We do know they're going to move to this side of the house, and we'll probably use some of the existing 8-car garage for livable space on the inside of the house. And so all of that's in flux and in design, and we're excited to see how it comes together. This is the this is from this front entry. Behind me here is the primary suite, and then this is the guest bedroom side of the house. And so it's currently not a split floor plan, which is a pretty, highly desirable thing to have. Part of what we're going to do here is rework this space in the existing primary bathroom, closet to probably add another bedroom over here because it's big enough to have multiple bedrooms in combination with the bedrooms that are over on this side, to then put the primary suite over there, and then it'll be a true split floor plan. So as we come down this way, you'll see a mechanical closet, a couple mechanical closets, and then 2 secondary bedrooms, which will remain and just be completely reimagined. Each will have a walk-in closet, ensuite bathroom, space, and then really the reconfiguration is going to come from our existing primary suite that's going to end up being new guest suites. Yeah, so now we're in the existing primary suite, and you'll see again partially deconstructed, ready for further deconstruction, but a pretty typical double door entry, rectangle room looking into the backyard. What I don't actually love about this space is this suite should feel private, and the slider doors open to a very public area. You see the pool, the backyard, the front door and foyer, and then all the living spaces just face you on your primary suite, and it just should be a little bit grander feeling, and you don't get that. This is very kind of like public hotel apartment type of feel to it. So it's not a luxury home, it should be a luxury home. So primary bath, pretty typical snail type of shower, travertine everywhere, tub deck, multiple vanities. This is all gonna get reconfigured, probably to additional 2 bedrooms with en-suites if we look at the entire space and how it can be repurposed. All right, let's go see the garage because that's where it's actually at. Okay, so now we're standing in an 8-car garage, and this is very stripped. Unfortunately, this home had a lot of deferred maintenance. It just wasn't cared for the best way it could have been from the prior owner. And our clients bought the home with no intent to move in. And so while we were going through some of the planning and some of the pre-construction meetings with the design team, the architectural team, a handful of days or a week had passed. And unfortunately, at one point in there, a fire sprinkler above us, that head blew. Nobody really knew about it. I believe one of the neighbors reached out to our clients and said that there was a lot of water coming out from the garage door, underneath the garage door. So they called us, we came up, we were able to shut the water off, but it clearly had been soaked through. The fire sprinkler had been kind of gushing down, but shooting directly on this wall. So it flooded this entire mechanical closet and then flowed back with the slope of our garage out the front. So we ended up having to repair the sprinkler, which was easy enough, but then we brought a remediation team in to strip everything out, get everything dry and treated so that we didn't have any further mold growth from what was here already. So it's all been remediated, it's all been cleaned up, it's nice and dry now, and just waiting for us to come back in to do the project. This particular part of the 8-car garage, this 2-car area here, car and a half area here, plus this mechanical closet is now all going to be brought into the main livable space of the house. We believe that this is going to end up being either a new media room or part of the primary suite that starts here and rolls around the side of the house this way to that existing media room and guest suite. So we're anticipating basically from this bulkhead and this compression joint here to come straight across, and then this will all now be livable space, and all of these mechanicals will be relocated. All right, so we're standing in just a section of the backyard. This is a very large lot. And even what you see with the walls is an enclosed portion of the lot. They actually own quite a bit of the dirt outside of the walls. It's all NAOS, which is non-buildable. However, it preserves kind of that desert oasis feel, thus the name of this project. And we're excited to see what the landscape design comes up with for this section of the backyard, plus the far west side of the backyard, because it is significant and it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be stunning when it's done for our clients. Okay, now we're standing in the main backyard of our Desert Oasis project in North Scottsdale. We appreciate you taking the tour with us. If you like what you see and you want to continue to follow this project along, please hit that subscribe button, and then we'll see you next time.